Hi fellas, how's it going? It's been a while since I've made a video. So I'm going to introduce the latest car I have purchased. I've owned this car for a little over a year now, but I haven't made any videos in about a year and a half. So this is the 99 C5 Corvette I bought. It's in pretty decent shape. It is a 6-speed car. Currently has about 98,000 miles on it. When I bought it, it had about 92 or 93,000. So you can see interior is pretty decent shape. Little wear on the seat there. It was like that when I bought it. Other than that, it's a pretty solid car. I feel like I got a little hosed on it because I've kind of done a whole lot of working on it for as little as I've driven it. But I think I've got it reasonably reliable now. Seems to be pretty solid. I've had to do quite a few things to it in the very short time I've had it, only about a year. The list is quite long. Recently just put tires on it. The car came with caliper covers, which I despise. So I removed those and painted the original calipers, which I think came out very good, if I say so myself. You know, not to toot my own horn, but I think they came out quite nice. Tires, I put the General G-Max RS tires on here. These are a summer tire, and they seem to be pretty good. I run these on my V6 Firebird, and I've liked them. I'm not a huge fan of the wheels the car has, but you know, I needed tires, so I didn't want to spend enough money to get wheels and tires. So the wagon wheels will stay for the time being. Up in here, I've had to do quite a bit of work. I just recently replaced the PCV hose with a Chinese Amazon piece. The oil pressure sensor is still currently bad. It's very difficult to do on these cars. You either have to cut a hole in the cowl or you remove the intake altogether, which I'm not looking forward to doing. I'm working on replacing the pulleys. I've replaced the tensioner. That did not solve my squealing. I replaced the idler pulley. That one was bad out of the box, so I had to put the original one back on, but I think that's where my noise is coming from, so I have a new one on the way. I've already replaced the harmonic balancer. That was a big job. I had to remove the steering rack and all that goodies. Steering rack had to go out the driver's wheel well. It was a big job, not fun. When I bought the car, it was misfiring pretty bad, so I kind of took a gamble on buying this car. Turns out it did just need plugs and wires, and it's still melting through that wire a little bit. I'll have to replace that one soon, but plugs and wires seem to get it running pretty good. Harmonic balancer was a big job. I put LED headlights in it. I had to replace some bulbs up in the turn signals, replaced the fog lights as well, added the decal here, which seems to come off on the E's, so that's kind of annoying. I have not replaced the suspension. Suspension actually feels pretty good, so I don't think I'm really going to dig into that too far. Let's see if I can get this door open here. I got somebody coming to watch me film my video awkwardly now. I have added these cup holders. You can get these from Amazon. They're about 40 bucks. The girlfriend is happy with these, so that's good. And they can just be removed at any time easily. Another big job I had to do was remove the entire dashboard to replace both driver and passenger blend doors. That was a significant undertaking. It took me several weeks, start to finish. Because you had to remove the whole console, the dashboard, gauge cluster, all that kind of stuff. It was a big job. I have removed the gauge cluster in the past because I had an issue with the DIC. These buttons here were not responding, and it was because there's a circuit board on the back of the gauge cluster that these feed into, and one of the solder joints had gone bad, and it was sticking the reset button on all the time, even if you were pushing it or not. So I had the gauge cluster, I removed it, and I took it to a local company called Specmo in Madison Heights, Michigan, and they were able to find the bad solder joint and repair it for me. They did a very nice job, very quick. It was very expensive, to the tune of about $400. But now my gauge cluster and buttons and everything are all working as they should. Oil pressure still bad, but that's just the sensors on the engine is bad. I've made several attempts to reach that and have had no luck thus far, so that's not ideal. Other than that, I have not really done much in here. I have test fit a radio for Reversion Raceworks. It fit very good, but I'm a fan of the original head unit, so I've just kept this one. I haven't done much else here. Oh, we can head to the trunk. Haven't really done anything back here. This is the driver's side kick panel I have removed. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose for me personally, so I just left it off. But yeah, it's been kind of a pain in the butt car, not gonna lie. I added these letters as well. But yeah, it's been kind of a pain in the butt car. I've definitely worked on it more than I've driven it. But I'm hoping that now I've got all the little kinks worked out of it. I'm hoping that it's nice and reliable for me. I kind of plan on this being my somewhat primary car. We'll see what the future holds for it. I might do some exhaust work, maybe a camshaft or a clutch or something along those lines. I don't know. Right now I just want to drive it and enjoy it. I do really like it. It is a fun car to drive. But yeah, I'm hoping that it stays reliable for me and I can put many more miles on it in the future. But that is my introduction to the C5 Corvette that I've owned for over a year. And that's about it for me this week. Thanks, guys.